Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. In this video today, we're going to talk about paracord. Now, almost every bag that I have, whenever I go out, whether it's camping, whether it's driving down the road in my truck, behind the seat, I always have little hanks of paracord. They're anywhere from 10 feet to 30 feet in length. And these are perfect to deploy very quickly to put up a ridge line between two trees. And then I can put up a shelter, whether it's an A-frame, whether it's a plow point, lean-to, whatever type shelter. But the message here is quick deploy paracord little bundles. I carry them all the time. Now that's just basic commercial 550 cord. It's commercial grade. Now Titan Survival has just released this new product. This is their SurvivorCord 25-foot quick deployable bundles. You can see the little orange tag right there that makes this thing easy to deploy. 25 feet is like the perfect length, like I mentioned, to go between two trees to establish a ridge line for shelter, which could save your life. You know, if you use this in combination with the emergency blankets, you could easily make a shelter. This is definitely one of those items that you must have in any bag that you're going to be carrying. I think this is fantastic the way they package this. This is 620 pounds tensile strength SurvivorCord. 7 years ago in 2015, I did a video on just the basic SurvivorCord, and this stuff is fantastic. So let's take a look and see what we get here. This is a patent pending cordage. Look at this. They come very easy package, ready to go. You pull this tag, look at that, boom, and you're good to go. 25 feet. That can easily go between two trees right now. Look at that. I love the way they make that quick deployable. I love how they put that little cobra stitch on there with some, looks like type 1. This is good stuff. But this paracord, if you haven't seen the Titan SurvivorCord, I'll put a link in the description box down below of a video that I did back in 2015 when I first found out about SurvivorCord. This is long before I became a Titan SurvivorCord affiliate. And I'm telling you, this stuff is fantastic. I want to break these inner fibers down and let you see what's so cool about this stuff. I've been using SurvivorCord for a long time, so I already know what I'm going to see. But just in case there's somebody out there that doesn't know, I want to show you why this stuff is so cool. So we pull it out, we'll just fish these fibers out. So what you'll see first off is you'll see 7 inner strands. So there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 that just fell, 5, 6, and 7 I got to separate from the jute. So there's 7 inner strands right there. Now that one with the red and white lines, that's the identifier. That identifies who the manufacturer of this paracord was. So we have 3 additional strands. We have a waxed jute, which is used for making fire. And the fact that it's waxed means that it's going to be resistant to water. So when you need this in an emergency to make a fire, it's got a good chance of being dry. The next thing that we see is a number 30 wire. This is a brass wire. This is good for snares and stuff like that. And this has about 8 pounds of tensile strength. And then we have a monofilament 25-pound test fishing line. That's pretty cool. So when you break down one of these 7 inner strands, these are 3-ply strands, and they break down very easily. The cool thing about this is if you need to break them down to get smaller pieces out of it, you can easily do that. See, there's 3 inner strands there. So if you want to sew something, or if you want to take like a foot of paracord and break down all the inner strands, you can get 7 or up to 21 feet rather of cordage. So that's super, super cool. So you can pull the guts of this paracord out of the sheath. So you have a foot of sheath here, you've got those 7 inner strands, and then you got the 3 bonus strands. Very, very cool how this stuff breaks down. So let's take a look at the jute. We're gonna pull that back, and we're gonna break this down and make a fire with this stuff. So I'm just gonna rough this up. So I'm gonna just break that down. I'm gonna expose as much surface area as I can get. What this will do is this will make it easier to accept that spark and make a fire. So yeah, that looks like a very simple fiber to break down. Very easy. So just pull that stuff. You want to get as much surface area as possible, and then this will take a spark easily. Right here on this juniper tree, I'm just going to use the spine of my knife. I'm going to scrape some of this material off. This will add to my tinder bundle. So it's nice if you have a good sharp spine on your knife. It makes this process so much easier. If you're curious about the knife that I'm using a Mora Garbergen carbon steel. Great knife. Doesn't take long or much effort to get a nice amount of this stuff. I've got some smalls. I'm just going to set them fairly close. I've got my makeshift tinder bundle. Here's that jute right here. I'm going to just kind of rough up these fibers a little bit. I'm going to set the jute right inside. And right here I have a strand of the paracord from the inside that I'll use on this in the event that I get it lit. So I'm going to park my foot right here next to this tinder pile, and I'm going to drag my ferro rod back, and hopefully it'll channel the sparks right into that jute and get it going. So let's give this a shot. There we go. So now we'll flip it over on top of itself and let the flames climb up. Now we can set these tiny pieces on there. And as you can see, it was very simple for us to get fire. Not hard at all. I'm raising this up to let the airflow underneath it. And it's really nice if you have all the materials ready before you throw that spark. So you take the time ahead of time to get your tinder pile just right, get all your stuff together, and that definitely makes this process a lot easier. So I can throw little tiny things, I can fan it, even using my hat here to give it oxygen. I can get down, I can blow on it. And get that thing alive. We have a nice, simple little fire that was easy to make using this Titan SurvivorCord. This stuff works absolutely fantastic. If you need some accelerant, you can put one of those nylon strands right on the top and it works good. If you have any sap from the trees, you can put that on there. And as you can see, it's very easy to make a fire with this paracord if you have a little bit of skill to match the materials that come in that SurvivorCord. Now another good use for this outer sheath, once you pull the core out, this makes excellent shoelaces. So don't get rid of that. Now some of you might be wondering, okay, how do I put this back to a quick deploy spool again after I've used a foot or two? That's really simple. So remember this tag right here? We're gonna save this tag What I like to do is I like to put a bowline on the end. So I'm going to take out my little overhand knot there, and I'm going to tie a bowline. So I make a loop, come through the bottom, come around, go underneath this standing end, and take that and go right back through. This will give you a cowboy bowline. And this cowboy bowline is what I'm going to put this little tag on, this little orange tag. That's what we're going to pull. And I'll use my index finger and my thumb, and I'll just wrap this stuff up just like this. All of the cordage. If you got any twists or anything in it, you want to make sure that you're taking those twists out as you work on this. It's not hard. When you get to the end, you have this little spool. You want to make sure that this one with the tag is just a hair longer than the rest of this. Then you'll take this little bit here. I need about 1 foot. And what I'll do is I'll wrap around until I make an X. See that X right there? Then I'll come underneath and I go in and out of that X. So I go there and there. I'm making a clove hitch right there. So once you get the clove hitch, you just tighten that clove hitch, and now you have your bundle back together again, and it's quick deployable. So you just hold this in your hand, find your tag, and pull that bad boy out again, and it's quick and easy. You can make a ridge line super easy. That's how you do it. Some of you might be curious why I have a bowline on the end here. The bowline is there because most of the things that I'm going to use this for is to make a ridge line, and a bowline is a good knot to put around a tree. Put a piece of stick or a tent stake or something and use that marlin spike hitch and make a real quick down and dirty ridge line. That's why I like a bowline on the end. Now, I've done videos in the past showing how to make these quick deploy bundles, but this product is perfect for somebody that either has trouble making them or doesn't want to, or just wants something that they know is going to work. You just grab the little orange tab. It's color coded, you can't miss it, and you just pull the thing out like I showed. These are fantastic. I love what they're doing at Titan. They're so innovative. They're always thinking outside the box, and they're giving us the products that we really need and in the lengths that we need them. Like this one here, I think this one's only like 10 feet, but anywhere from 10 to 30 feet is perfect. If you start getting past 30 feet, you start getting a cordage that gets in knots and stuff like that. So 25 feet is the sweet spot, and I can't say enough good things about SurvivorCord. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description box to where you can find this. I'll also put a link to my video that I did back in 2015 where I was breaking down for the first time that I'd ever seen it, SurvivorCord by Titan. This is wonderful stuff. So I want to say thank you to Titan for sending this bundle out for review. I love that company. I love what they're doing. It's an American-owned company, owned by a combat veteran. Can't say enough good things. Again, I'm an affiliate. The link is in the description. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.